Hey guys, Paul from Ashen Phoenix. It is New Comic Book Day for the week October 9th, and we're going to get started right now. If you like what you see, make sure you like, subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you know whenever our new videos come out every single week. And yeah.
Hey guys, it's Tim! Hooray! From Capes and Scowls. Fresh off of that New York Comic Con trip, I'm still tired. Let's get into the trades. We have Disney's Zootopia, a story for young readers. This is really good for your little one. We have DC Superhero Girls at Metropolis High. A little different artwork than what they've previously done, but it still looks pretty good. We have Plants vs. Zombies. These books are a lot of fun if you have kids that enjoyed the game. Even if you enjoyed the game, this is pretty cool. It's Paul Tobin. He's a good guy. We got Black Hammer 45. This is from the world of Black Hammer. This looks really good. I'm really digging the art in here. So that might be something I read down the line. We got War of the Realms, The Punisher. All that crazy Punisher reaction that happened with him fighting monsters he can blow up real good. And then finally we got Harley Quinn, Volume 3. This is the new Harley Quinn. Just so many volumes all over and over again. Oh well. Trades. You love them. Hey, did you see Kevin Smith did a YouTube video where he picked up the Saga compendium and said you could kill a man with it? I got so many texts and things about it. I was like, he's not ripping me off. He's just a dude. It's fine. But I thought it was funny because I, too, feel you kill a man with that Saga compendium. Besides trades, I wanted to mention, I've got these cool little Halloween books. These are packs of 25 mini comics. These are for you to give out to children on Halloween. They're $5. They're pretty cool. You got some options. You got Archie's Madhouse, Blastosaurus, Underdog. All kids love Underdog. What year is it? I actually really love those books, though. I'm not going to lie. Underdog's pretty sick. Usagi Yojimbo, that's the one. And then DC Superhero Girls. And Pokemon, which I assume is written backwards to American viewers. Pokemon. So yeah, that's a cool option instead of candy. Although kids love candy, you could be the cool one who gave them comics.
First up, we have Amazing Spider-Man issue number 31. It's okay. Nick Spencer still does a good job. It's an adequate job, but the problem is it's a tie-in. And if you haven't been paying attention to Absolute Carnage, a lot of this book doesn't make sense to you because it's too much of a tie-in to really kind of understand what's going on. There is an overall reaching story that will get to a point in the last page is kind of a bombshell for the ongoing story, but the last two issues have been a lot of just the Absolute Carnage stuff, and I mean, in all honesty, with the exception of the last page or two, you can kind of skip this one too. So only for really diehard fans. Otherwise, wait till next issue to hop back in.
All right, first up we have Future Fight First's White Fox. This is officially called Future Fight's First White Fox, although you wouldn't know it because Future Fights is this big on the cover, which is my major gripe with the book. The book's fine otherwise. This is the Korean characters that are in Agents of Atlas. And White Fox is a pretty cool character. She's a shapeshifter. She turns into a giant white wolf. Very Okami, what was it, Okami? Is that what that game was? I never played that game. But you turn into a giant wolf. It's not the nine-tailed wolf, but it's a big wolf like that. And this is her origin story. This is her in, maybe not her origin story, but her in high school where she's first kind of developing her powers and using them. It's a pretty cool origin story. There's a backup story. I didn't like that as much, but the book was fine. And she's a cool character. And I don't know. I would check her out in the future, see what she gets up to. I don't know. The Agents of Atlas, I'm on the fence about. I don't know. Paul, what do you think about the Agents of Atlas?
Hit or miss.
Hit or miss. I just like the little girl with the spectral bear. I'm waiting for that because I want to see a little girl with a giant phantom bear mess some people up. But I guess it'd be fine if there was a giant wolf messing up people in the background too. I'm not picky. Just mess people up.
Next up, we have Powers of X issue number 6. It is over. I mean, this one kind of screwed with your mind a bit. You finally see what the reasoning is for the 1,000 year after X, what the reasoning is and all that kind of stuff. I didn't see it coming, and I really liked it, and I liked the the uncertainty that kind of underwrote some of House of X issue number 6. This is going to be really interesting to see how this one goes and where this goes after this. I really want to see how this one goes.
Alright, next up we have issue 1 of 12, people. So this is a yearly DC event. Maybe it'll come out in a timely fashion, but probably not because it's Warren Ellis. But this is Batman's Grave, number 1. I really enjoy Warren Ellis. I think his writing is great. You have Brian Hitch on your art. You have Alex Sinclair on your colors. You have Kevin Nolan on your inks. This is like a who's who of Batman. Super good. I will say, if you're a Batman fan, this is very much a detective story. This is him solving a murder and just kind of interacting with people. There's a very great scene with Alfred and him where Alfred is basically drinking because he's stressed. And it's called The Batman's Grave because it starts off with Alfred kind of doing some monologue, talking about how they made Bruce Wayne's grave when they made his parents' grave, just so they'd be uniform and everything. And he's kind of just fearing that he's going to end up in it way sooner than he definitely thinks he'll be in there before he dies, which is sad. And it's just a cool kind of Batman book, but it is very detective-y. It doesn't seem like it's going to be all super villains and insanity, at least not initially. But if you like a murder mystery, we have a great start to one.
And my pick of the week, it is RWBY, issue number 1 by DC Comics. I didn't know this was a thing, but man, I love RWBY. This is an awesome series. If you do watch the series, this takes place sometime around season 3, after the catastrophe of Beacon, or the fall of Beacon. And this is kind of an origin story. You get to learn a little bit about RWBY, a little bit about her mom and their relationship with Crow, and that it's just really fun. The art is beautiful. The writing does make you feel very much like it's still part of that RWBY universe. It was just a really fun read, and there's more than enough of recaps, so that way if you have not or not familiar with RWBY prior to this, you can jump right in without any kind of problems. But this is definitely one to read. It's definitely a lot of fun, and like I said, the art is beautiful and the writing's really fun. Pick it up.
All right, it's time for my pick of the week. Paul, what do you think my pick of the week is?
I have no idea.
What do you think I read? Come on, you know what I like.
I don't know. Indie.
Nope, there wasn't a lot of indie books this week.
Doctor Doom.
It was Doctor Doom. Good job, you finally got it. I was talking to a buddy of mine, and I was like, hey, I always make Paul guess, and there's just no freaking way he should be able to guess. Well, you proved that theory wrong. You have like a, I don't know what.
It was about the only other number 1
That's
that
true.
was there that was kind of like
This is
was
me.
prominent.
Yeah.
No, it's just
All right. Well, shut up, Paul. I'm going to talk. So, Doctor Doom. This is a fun story where you have Reed Richards and Tony Stark have created a black hole. They're going to generate it on the moon to eliminate CO2 in the atmosphere. This is a real thinky initially, where they're trying to reverse the effects of climate change. And Doom goes on the news and he's like, they're idiots. They're going to ruin this. It's going to blow up in their faces. It's terrible. And the news guy gets a little lippy with him, and that doesn't end well for him. But it's basically a unique story of Doom just kind of brooding in his castle and him just being like wanting to be taken seriously. He's very much a dictator. But you're also focusing on him in like his private moments in his chamber. There's a unique kind of scene where Kang shows up, and he's just like, Kang, why the hell are you here? And then something quite awful happens, and Doom is to blame. And I don't want to give it away, but man, Doom in some hot water at the end of this issue, and I am pumped to see what he does about it, because he is Doom, and Doom can do no wrong. Doom is the man. Paul, Doom, he's the man?
I guess.
Doom's the man. That's why we need him in the MCU. And we'll get him. You know, correct. Not like that awful Doom. But, yeah, this book's great. If you like Doctor Doom even remotely, you will love this book. And, you know, he talks some trash on Richards, which is always fun. So read it. All right, that's the end of the video. Hey, we got there, people. Good job. Well, good on you getting to the end of the video without skipping ahead. They might have skipped ahead, Paul. Anyways, thanks to everybody at New York Comic Con, everybody who came up and talked to us, hung out with us, told us they loved us. I lied about that. No one loves us, but it's nice to pretend.
People actually did come up to me and say that they loved us.
Oh. I guess
that was actually real. Like, people actually did. Like, they were just like, "Oh my God, you're Team Ashen. We love you." They recognized his shirt. I was just like, "Ooh, you had people that recognized your shirt."
That's true.
Hey,
That's true. I guess Ed
you went all
Brisson.
negative. And
I know.
it was
It's just
actually
my
positive.
go-to. Yeah, Brisson said he remembered us, and
Yeah.
that was nice because Brisson great. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. We have a lot of cool interviews on the Capes and Scowls side of this equation, and I'll have a lot of audio interviews going up soon. I interviewed only the best. That'll make everybody wonder who's the best. Who does Tim consider the best? But I got some interviews coming up that'll be going up throughout the coming weeks, 2-3 weeks maybe, before Paul and I go to Baltimore and get more. So I'm tired already. All right, I'm tired, people. Look at these bags under my. Don't look at them; they're gross. Just put my head down in shame. Hey, but the Niners are winning, buddy, right?
Yes, they are.
It just so happens that's both me and Paul's team. Paul and I's team. I hate grammar.
Yeah. 49ers 4-0.
4-0.
Only one of two teams.
Yeah. Yeah. They beat the Browns.
But we destroyed the Browns. It wasn't bad. It wasn't like we didn't eat by the
All right,
Browns.
let's not get all football and sports. Nobody wants that. Did Super Pro work back in the 90s?
It did not.
It did not. So, good night, everybody.